felt so frustrated with food. I could tell everyone else because I've done coaching for a long time now, and I could tell everybody else what to do. I could tell them how to eat healthy and how to lose the weight, but I always felt like I continued to struggle with it. I felt like I was just stuck eating well and nothing would change.
You know what to do to lose the weight, but you just need to do it. You are tired of feeling guilty every time you eat something you enjoy. You keep doing good all day and unravel at night. Or life just keeps getting in the way of you actually being able to take care of you. If those are you, then I'm here to tell you that you don't need more discipline. You need a plan that works in real life. And that's exactly what my 16-week Grace Over Guilt one-on-one coaching program is here for. I have 15 spots only, and you must be in by April 1st to join this round. Go to transformedhealthcoaching.com and click request more details to learn more, or fill out the application in the show notes. I can't wait to see you inside. If you're done living on a diet, carrying guilt about what you ate, and feeling like mom life keeps blowing up your goals, you are in the right place. You need direction in how to lose weight without obsessing over food so you can have peace, consistency, and confidence in real life. Hi, I'm Michelle, a health and wellness coach for over 17 years. I've spent years helping everyone else eat healthy while secretly struggling myself, until I learned it's not about stricter rules, it's about simple habits, strength, and grace. Now, I help busy moms like you break the diet cycle, stop starting over, and finally feel good in your body again. Ready or not, grab a big swig of that emotional support water bottle and let's go. Hey, I am so excited to be here with you today. I was thinking I should probably have started my podcast with my story and given y'all some background so you know where I'm coming from and why I even started this podcast. So we're going to do that today. If we go way back to when I was younger, I was not athletic, y'all. I remember being in PE class and being told to run a mile, and I was the kid holding my side, thinking that I was dying as I walked it. Also, when we would play sports in PE and I would play we'd play softball, I would always be the one to pray. I'd be praying like the whole time, please don't let this ball come to me. Please don't let this ball come to me. And I would do anything to make sure that like it was closer to somebody else so they could catch it because I knew that I was not going to be able to catch that thing.
Honestly, it wasn't until I got married and I got a few random comments from like acquaintances that I really started wanting to figure out how to fix my weight because I felt like, oh, maybe I'm not I mean, of course, I knew that I was a bigger girl, don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel like I needed to fix it until about the time that I got married. And it wasn't my husband, by the way. My husband, well, he was going through a special forces thing in the military. And I kept thinking, like, he is in such great shape. He's going to be in amazing shape. And I didn't want to be the fat wife. And I know that sounds horrible now, but that was my reality back then. And that was my thought. So I started working out, but I had no idea what I was doing. So fast forward a few years, and we ended up getting stationed in Japan, and I randomly decided to get my personal trainer certification, mostly so I could help myself, so I could know what I was doing. And then there was a random body pump and body combat instructor certification. And even though I had never heard of them before, I thought, why not? Let's do it. It sounds like fun. And that is where my real like love for exercise came in. And then over the years, I've done so many different kinds of training, like done marathons and half marathons and triathlons and half Ironmans and CrossFit and lifting. And I love trying all the things. I've even tried Zumba, although I'm a disaster in that and just like, I can't, I think too much. That is my problem in Zumba. Anyways, so then there was a time, looking back now, that I see that I was skinny, y'all. And I don't use that word lightly, but I remember buying a size 0 pair of shorts and I felt like I had won at life. But interesting enough is that even when I was that small, I didn't think I was small enough to work out in a sports bra. And I don't know why that was like something in my head that I felt like I wanted to do, but it was. And I just always felt like I still had work to do. And it wasn't until a few years ago that I realized I have the exercise thing figured out. I love exercising. That is not a problem. My family thinks it is my job and my hobby and everything else. But I felt so frustrated with food. I could tell everyone else, because I've done coaching for a long time now, and I could tell everybody else what to do. I could tell them how to eat healthy and how to lose the weight, but I always felt like I continued to struggle with it. I felt like I was just stuck eating well and nothing would change, right? I always thought like, oh, I eat well, but just I felt stuck. I told so many people, I'm just stuck. I'm stuck. Here, this is where I'm stuck. Because I worked in the health and wellness space, I never really went on strict diets, like restricting carbs or restricting certain foods or cutting out sugars, because I knew that wasn't the answer. I knew that that was not what I wanted to do forever. But I did, like, at some point I counted macros. And then about 4 years ago, I looked at my husband. I was like, I need help. I am a coach who needs help, right? I believe all coaches need help. But anyways, I am a coach who needs help because I just couldn't figure out food. It was like the thing that I really struggled with. And I had a great coach, but looking back at the program, it was another diet. And in the moment, it felt good because I liked most of the foods on the list that they told me that I could eat. And so I actually did really great on it. I lost a bunch of weight. But one day I remember thinking, well, if I gain the weight back again, I'll just have to keep doing this. And that thought started feeling like really icky to me, because I was like, I don't want to just have to keep dieting over and over and over again. And then as a coach, I remember having a conversation with a client, and she asked me, so when does like the food freedom part show up in the equation, right? In this situation. And I didn't say it to her, but that question like really got me, because I was like, I have no idea. I was like, honestly, I think you just have to keep re-dieting every time you gain the weight. And my brain just was really frustrated with that, because I didn't feel like that had to be the answer. So after that, I knew that my body wasn't broken, right? Because I had lost the weight, but I was still getting so frustrated with it. Food still got the best of me. And it wasn't until I came across intuitive eating on Instagram, actually, that I started doing some research and realized that I wasn't broke. It was the way we've learned about diets and how diets are meant for us to lose the weight and have to do it again, because that's how they keep getting money, right? So I realized like it was the way we've been taught through diet culture about what a diet should look like and how we should do it. So I started playing with the ideas of food not being good or bad. I tried a cookie experiment, I think for 30 days, and like posted on an Instagram, because my mom's cookies are the best. And that was one of those things I felt like I couldn't say no to. Like I couldn't just have one. I had to eat all of them. I started learning that I was actually eating healthy for the most part. Like I do eat well for the most part. But in my head, I was expecting perfection. I was expecting myself to only want healthy food, right? That I was always going to choose the salad, or that I was always going to choose the chicken and rice, and I'm just saying like bland things. There's so many good foods that are healthy, that are good. But like that, I was just going to want to eat this good stuff all the time, and nothing else was going to be a part of the equation. But that wasn't reality. So I spent a few years working on my relationship with food, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I definitely ended up gaining some weight from it because I was trying to figure out, like, what is the balance between being okay with food and eating healthy and enjoying ice cream or cookies or whatever it is. Like, where is that balance? And but along that journey, I learned a lot of really great things, and I stopped letting food control me. I started choosing the foods I wanted because I know that I want to feel good in my body. I want to have energy. I want to be strong and lift heavy. Like, those are the things that I want to do. So I started choosing foods because of how I wanted to feel, not just because they were so delicious or because they were healthy. And I want to feel good. And I started choosing foods for that reason. I also let go of the idea that I was bad because I enjoyed some ice cream with my family, because that is not a true statement. Both can be true, and I can still be eating healthily. I also came to a place where I realized that I am doing the things that I need to in order to take care of my body. And I may not be skinny, and I don't care. Like, skinny is not my goal anymore. That this, where I'm at, is what healthy looks like for me. And it is different for others, right? I know that, like, I have other friends that are thin. They eat in a way that feels really good for their bodies. And I just truly believe that God made us in the way that he meant to make us, right? It was on purpose. He was so intentional with how he made me that I am good with how my body is. And no, it doesn't mean that I like everything about it every day, but I can appreciate that it does so much for me. My body is so capable, and that is not true for everyone. And that is something that I want to be thankful for. So with that, I got to a place where I feel comfortable wearing a sports bra now when I work out. And it isn't because I think I have the hottest body in class, but because I am hot, like sweaty hot. And my body is enough. And so I found a confidence in my body that I didn't have before because I know that I am doing the things to take care of it. And that is where my confidence is. Since then, I am in a place now where I get to take all the education that I've learned, because I always love digging into learning more about nutrition and fitness and all that stuff. Take all that I've learned through certifications and a degree and past experiences of myself and others that I have worked with. And I get to help other women, other moms stop dieting because you're over it, because I was, and start building a healthy lifestyle that you actually feel good in, that works for your life and doesn't bring you guilt or shame because you messed up, and have guidance in how to do it so that you don't have to mess it up and figure it out like I did, right? You don't have to go through all the messy stuff to get to a place where you feel confident in it. That is what I get to do now, and that is what I love doing. And so that is it. That is my story. I hope that this helps you, and now you understand me a little more. I am so looking forward to continuing making these episodes with you so that I can help you along your journey. One of my missions is to serve others. That is something that I really want to do, and I hope that you get that from here. So if you get one takeaway, it is that you don't have to yo-yo diet for the rest of your life. You can feel good in your body and enjoy food again without all the pressure of messing up all the time. And I want you to remember that it is possible for you too, that it is not just for certain people. It is for all of us. So I hope you have a wonderful day.
Hey, it's me again. I pray this episode encouraged you and gave you a next step that you can actually use. If it helped you, would you share it with a friend who needs a little more grace and direction in her own health journey? And if you have 30 seconds, leaving a quick review on Apple Podcasts would be so helpful. It helps other women to find this show. And I would love for you to come hang out with me in my free Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/michelle.transformed, or learn more about my one-on-one coaching program at transformedhealthcoaching.com. Links are in the show notes, and I will talk to you soon.